need to find this place or we'll be late.
Make a left on Astrology Avenue. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant right. It should be right here. 444 Spearway. Oh, turn.
It looks like Renee. Yay, we're on time.
The James and Kellee Show.
Great, let's start the show.
Hello, Kellee. Happy February to
Happy
you.
February to you, and we're in the same color. Exactly.
We like the same color.
Exactly.
We got the memo.
Got the memo. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Hi, honey. How are
Hi,
you
honey.
doing
I'm
today?
redoing my whole set, my whole camera and stuff. So I'm just.
You look
ready.
good. It looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. Getting
Oh,
home.
good. A lot of light. It's
PC.
perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Things are good. Things are good. It's raining like crazy, as you've heard in California.
I
So
heard.
it's nice nap weather. So
Yeah,
I
the
was
rain
napping
does knock you
today.
out.
It knocks you out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I heard.
I was busy going to AAA getting my trip ticket. I'm going to go on a tour.
Okay, what did you call it?
65 and alive.
65 and alive.
And I'm stopping
Wait,
at
this-
25 cities. And
Are
I'm
you
doing an
really
event.
going
I'm
to
doing-
do 25
yeah.
cities?
I'm doing all the north part of the country and the southern part. And I'm getting venues to do an evening of spirit in person.
Oh, my gosh. And I'm going to do one with you in Chicago.
In Chicago. Yep.
Yes, that's going to be fun. Wow.
Yeah.
When are you planning on starting these?
It's from the end of June through probably the middle of August.
Ah,
The whole
okay.
summer.
Great. In the Sprinter van, off he goes.
A Sprinter van.
Don't
Don't worry, I'll let everybody know.
Terry Cat,
Hi,
hello
Terry
from
Cat.
California. This is my first time joining
Wow.
a live event. Yay.
Welcome, Terry. Welcome. Wow.
Welcome. That's so great. Oh my gosh.
Shannon
Hi,
and
everybody.
Terry.
Hi.
There you go.
Hi, Nettie. Hi,
Connie
Don.
G,
Hi, Brenda. Hi,
Lori,
Sarah.
Charlene, Betty.
Shannon, Benjamin.
Wow, everybody.
Rita. Hi, Rita. Oh
Wow.
my.
Hi, Sue
Wow.
Wells again.
Yeah.
And a lot of new people coming on, too.
I love that. This is Corrine. Hello.
Hi,
Thank you from
Corrine.
Yellowknife, Canada.
Is that on
And
my
you're-
tour? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I have literally a USA map going through this whole thing. So it's
You did the old-fashioned triptych.
old-fashioned triptych.
I love that from the Auto Club. I bet a lot of people don't remember that.
It was packed with people. The auto
It
club.
was?
It was packed. I had to wait to get speaking to someone.
Wow. Well,
And they
let
do
me
a lot
guess.
of different things. They do
Wait a minute. Was it
insurance
packed
and-
with boomers?
No, well, maybe not. Yeah, mostly, I guess.
Okay.
70s, 60s, and 70s. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I know,
Okay.
Aunt Margaret, we have the same blue sweater on. Isn't that funny?
I swear we didn't talk about this.
We didn't talk about it, no.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow. So, Kellee, what's going on? How's your construction going?
My construction's going really well, full speed ahead. And I watched the Grammys last night.
Yeah, so a lot of people told me it was on. I didn't get to see it. Well, I heard that Taylor Swift took it.
She did. And
Good
I
for her.
have to say, it was really good. Anybody else that watched it? Joni Mitchell she did Both Sides Now. And I don't know if you know this, James, but that's how we got the original song for this. The title actually was Both Sides Now. When we had the show, several years ago, we used that song, and that was how we got the
Wow.
thing. So it was
Didn't know
really
that.
fun to see her. Do you know that was the first time she'd ever performed at the Grammys, and she's 80.
You got to be kidding, really?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was really a special
I looked up on
night.
YouTube. Wow, it was great.
It was really, tears came out to everybody. It was really something.
But thank you for sharing the page. A lot of new people, which is great. We had a great response on Friday for our evening of readings. Which was
We
great.
did. We
Great
had
readings. I should say
wonderful
great
readings.
They were pretty good.
That was
Oh,
a
the
special
master
night.
Love, good. Yeah, Master Life Course. Good. So
Oh,
went to school with
good.
Joni. Oh, Mitchell's nephew. Shannon started went to school with Joni Mitchell's nephew.
Wow. How neat. Okay. Wow. Oh, everybody, Ann Margaret's saying you have to come to Boston and you have to stay in Boston.
That's where Ann Margaret lives. I don't know if I can make it.
Oh,
Ah,
Sue Wells
just joking with you.
shared it with my group of 46 members from all over the world. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue. Wow.
Really appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi,
Wow.
everybody. So sweet.
Yeah, right now I'm in where I'm in now. I'm right in Cleveland, so we'll do a certain. Let's see, us. Yes, Omaha, Nebraska's there. Salt Lake City,
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas,
Let's see where else I am. St. Louis,
Chicago.
Cleveland, Chicago, then Cleveland, and then Buffalo, New York, and then
Oh,
Long Island, New York, and
ooh,
then somewhere I think Philadelphia, and then
okay.
I might go to Savannah, Georgia.
I think you're good.
I think so, and then go backwards towards the west. So
Okay.
yeah,
What about
my
Texas? You went through Texas
Arkansas. Huh?
and Texas?
I'm
Texas.
sorry.
You got to go to Texas.
Yeah, I got it through Texas.
Yeah.
So Texas, I'll be in different parts of Texas, and that'll be
Okay.
fun. And I'll be doing a video log the whole trip. So
Oh,
I'll do a
it'll
lot
be
of
fun.
lives for my tour.
It'll be a lot of fun, honey.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear all about it and to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
your trip. Well, should we talk a little bit about astrology?
Yeah, please, yes.
Because there's a lot about ready to go down. So I thought I'd kind of share some astrology with everybody from the beginning. And, let me just say this right now, if you are thinking about doing something new, starting a new career, taking a new class, really working on your health, something new that you really want, that requires energy, now is the time to do it. All the planets are direct and they are going at full speed. Okay, so
Over the weekend I asked you, Kelly. I said, "Is something going on?" Because it feels like it's so much energy. And you said,
yes,
"Yes,
you did say that.
everything is
Yep.
going direct. You're going to feel a real push."
You're going to feel a push. Now, on top of that, we have a very important stellium. The stellium is 3 or more planets in a sign. And in fact, now we have 5 and then we'll have 6 planets in Capricorn. And so Capricorn puts in a heavy emphasis on work and on health. So the good news is if you need that drive right now, this drive is going to drive you in a way you will not believe. Just organize your thoughts with it, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight, really. And this energy will really help push you through. Now, on the other side of this coin is that we have a really important transit that's happening right now. And this is going to be for the next couple of weeks here. Starting today is February 5th. And Mars transits into Capricorn in Vedic astrology. Now, this is very powerful because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Mars also now is in a conjunction with Pluto and the Sun, which means it's very close to Pluto and very close to the Sun. So there's also another conjunction with Pluto and Mercury and the Sun and Mars. That makes this energy intense.
Because Pluto, a conjunction is coming together. They're
coming together. So
Yep.
let me explain a little bit about this. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and that represents hard work, structure, economy,
responsibility,
being practical, discipline. And Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Mars now, as of today, is in Capricorn, and it's exalted. And what that means is Mars is a soldier, okay? And Capricorn, think of it this way, is a battlefield. It's a very powerful, it's exalted because, James, you and I both have herder dogs, right? Both of us. And I have a Briard. If a Briard's not out there herding, if it's not out there with the sheeps, it can be destructive.
Yes.
And so guess what? Mars is actually in Capricorn, very powerful, using its energy exactly the way it needs to be used. Okay, so during this time, Mars is extremely strong. Now, it also has to do with war. It has to do with weapons. And when it's conjunct Pluto, Pluto represents death, destruction, rebirth, and transformation. Because Pluto,
and things that are hidden, doesn't it? Things that are hidden.
Things that are hidden, absolutely, yeah. James. Things that are hidden. Thanks for that. Because Pluto's purpose is to destroy old structures to build better structures. Okay. So interesting enough, and the Sun. Now I'm talking about these because they're all in Capricorn right now. The Sun is represented by the King. Interesting enough, today King Charles actually comes out. He's got cancer. And Mars and the Sun in Capricorn deal with government and struggle. And the last time Mars was conjunct with Pluto, well, I've got 3 times. One time was the beginning of January of 2020, and that put us into the pandemic. So the time after that, Mars was conjunct with Pluto, was February of 2022, and that was the Russian-Ukraine war.
Wow.
The last time Mars was conjunct with Ketu was October 7th, and that was the Israel-Hamas war. Okay, so we have an exact conjunction with Mars and Pluto again on February 11th. So Mars activates war. Mars, no other planet but Mars activates a war. So I think that on a personal level, you want to, during the next couple of weeks, watch your speech, watch how you communicate. Mars sometimes makes us make rash decisions. So you really want to not be agitated or pay attention to this, okay? Because this is some heavy energy. As I was saying before, in January, it's almost a walk in the park. February is where things get much more serious. And that energy carries into March, April, May, and June. So.
And in the USA, just I don't watch news that they attacked something. They attacked it's a war.
Yeah, I mean it can be in that direction. That's why I'm saying this. This is a very and we're talking about like the intensity of the energy, James. And if you need to rest. Definitely rest.
Don't push it. So
don't push it
tonight. Don't push it. Yeah.
Don't push it. Don't push it. But this is a great time, ironically, to really get things done. So.
Terry Katz says, please tell me we're not going to have another war. Hard to say. I would think
hard to say.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah. These aspects are rough.
We're set up for it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So tonight's show. Thank you, Kellee. That was very uplifting.
Uplifting, Hey, haven't I been uplifting for the last several weeks? I've been very uplifting.
Probably those readings on Friday knocked the hell out of you. That's
they totally knocked me out.
We had a lot of heavy duty stuff going on with those readings.
Yeah.
One lady lost, I think it was her son, her daughter, her brother.
Yep. The whole family, actually.
Yeah. Very, very rough. Really rough. Tonight's show, Shifting Your Mind, or Mind Shift.
Yeah. So how did this come up? Tell us how that came up.
Well, it was really interesting. I was driving home from Santa Barbara, which is about 5 hours. I stopped in LA, met a friend that had for lunch, and then on. And throughout the time I was there, I would get impressions about things, about the future, about my future, about what to do with things coming up. And it was a contemplative time, very R&R. But I would get things, just not even trying, just things that fill my head. And one of the things I get a lot is that my good friend Cindy, who passed over, Cindy Williams, the actress who passed over, she comes a lot to me. Usually when I'm getting a massage, she gets right there. And I realized last time I was getting a massage in my room downstairs was the guest room that she stayed in when she used to stay here. I go, no wonder. And it was just wonderful. She said, you and Kellee need to do a show. She watched the show. And she said, James, it's all about shifting your mind. It's all about shifting your thoughts. You should do, and she showed me visual of these things like there was one square that opened, another one came into it, another one came into it, and all this dimensional stuff. And I said, how can you do that? She goes, it's shifting your mind to the higher levels of being. It's shifting your thoughts to a higher way of being. And if you can shift your thoughts and shift your mind, which is the soul's the mind and soul, you'll shift your life. And she said, tell everybody that there's got to be a mind shift where you shift upward to a higher level of yourself, of the world you're living in, of all of your thoughts. So I said, wow, that's really interesting. She goes, you two should do a show. So I literally called Kellee and said, we should do a show called Mind Shift.
Right, which is right on topic, because our goal here in James has always been to bring people to a higher consciousness.
That's really why we're doing this.
It's exactly why we're doing this. And it's interesting because life is a journey from the unconscious to a higher consciousness when we come here.
Well, it's also, Kellee, it goes along with it. And no matter how you want to say it, it goes to a sense of we have knowingness when we're on the other side. We know everything. But then we come down to these very, very dense vibrations, this physical earth. We start forgetting things. We go through what's called the valley of forgetfulness. And we forget everything, clean slate. Now, why would we do that? Well, in a way, if we remembered some things in the past, we wouldn't grow in this lifetime because we'd rely on the past, even down to situations or karmic experiences from other people. We'd be so obsessed about the past, we wouldn't live in the present. And this is all about living in the present. We've come back down here to rely on, we can remember things if you want in a way by relying on our intuition, by going within and listening to your soul self, because your soul's been around through eons and eons of spaces and places. So the truth is inside you. That's where it is. And once one starts accepting themselves from the inside out, life will change. Your life will change in all different directions. Your thoughts will change. Your life experience will change. People will change. It happens that way. It's not living outside. It's not out there. It's inside.
Yeah.
Start living on the inside. That's the first step. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness is everything, actually. Yeah. And people get stuck because they get stuck with either sadness or guilt or shame or anything that is in the either the subconscious, because when we're in the conscious state, James, it's being in the moment. If we're really conscious, we're really in the moment of everything. That's it. That's the consciousness is the awareness, actually, of the self in space and time. So it's where we are. But often
we'll talk about people that are unconscious.
Let's
go through the levels of consciousness, Kellee. So
okay, should I do that? Okay,
yeah.
So there's 3 levels of consciousness, and then we're going to talk about much higher levels, but how to get there. But the first level is, consciousness. Again, if we just talk about consciousness, it's just the awareness of the self in space and time. And then we have the subconscious, and the subconscious is defined as the reactions and actions we realized when we think of it. And what it means is this: the subconscious is a part of our consciousness that is not actively in our focal awareness. So it allows things that we don't have to think about. So in other words, breathing. We don't really think about breathing, we just breathe. So our subconscious, it can be compared to flying a plane on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's constantly running a program to control how we walk, how we sit, how we breathe, how we talk.
Breathe, our heartbeat,
our heartbeat, everything.
Yeah.
And they just happen because the information to do them is just stored in our brain. It's interesting. Your subconscious mind causes you to feel emotionally and physically uncomfortable whenever you attempt to do anything new or different, or to change any of your established patterns of behavior. Because why, James? Because there's a sense of fear and discomfort, okay, that's in our subconscious, and it's been activated. Okay, so you have to be really mindful of what activates you.
Is it because some things are new and you're not used to that?
Or you had some fear. You had a mother that said, don't ever, eat after you swim, or swim after you eat, or, whatever those things are, whatever it is, and then underneath that is the unconscious. And the unconscious is the final level of consciousness. And that's composed of thoughts, memories, primitive, instinctual, that are deeply buried within us. And so we may not be aware of our behavior. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you are so negative and nobody will hire you because you're so negative, but you don't even know you're so negative. You don't even know why you're so negative. It's things that could have happened to you when you're young, when your mother, your father, somebody put a lot of stuff on you. And so you have to really become mindful of your behavior, of how you are. You consciously have to start waking up to what fears you have, what traumas did you have. That's why therapy is really good. So it leads you to the next place. So James, in my case, I had a traumatic brain injury, as you know. I had a sudden shift in awareness, okay, literally, and I started thinking a completely different way. But before that, as you know, I went through a lot of traumas, and I had a lot of therapy in my trauma work to get to me where I am. And I think that you can make a sudden shift, but I think in order to do it, you have to be aware of what would hold you back. Because if you have any fear of moving forward, it's going to snap you back.
Exactly. Yep. And someone said, where do premonitions come from? What level of consciousness? Premonitions.
Oh, that's a great question. Where do premonitions? Yeah, where do premonitions come from?
It could be a
Your
foresight.
soul. I think it's your
Your soul
soul.
self. I agree. I was thinking your soul self.
Yeah.
Premonitions before pre-motion, before they happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good question, though.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Um, I wrote down some little notes here too to keep people using that mind shift. How do we do that? First, you got to be ready to do it, right?
You have to be
So
ready for sure.
it's changing
You
your
have to be
perception.
conscious about it.
Yes, you be conscious about it, changing your belief systems, changing your perspective of things, and believe me, it changes. If you start changing, for instance, stop being critical of self, it'll
Right.
change everything. It'll change everything.
Right.
You stop being critical of yourself, of other people. You realize people are just having the experiences. How can we judge others? We don't know them. We don't know their past. We're just seeing their experiences. So who are we to judge others, right? That's very, very true. So we get into that space. Oh yeah, the super consciousness, the soul. That's very good. And really, we mentioned before, being present in the moment, in the present moment. Do everything for the present moment. Yesterday's already happened. Tomorrow's yet to be. And even though the past might influence certain choices you make or certain behaviors, you have to start living in the present moment. That's all we have.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes. Yeah.
And here's a good one. If you want to fly, give up weights. If you want to fly, give up the weights that lie you down, that keep you back. So if you want
Right
to be
on.
free, what
Mhm.
keeps you down? What is it that keeps you down?
And
Is
that's
it
where you
old
have to have a
patterns?
you have to look at that. You have to be really realistic at what holds you back. Why are you being held back?
And
Is
why do
it
you choose to be
trauma?
held back? Right.
Yeah.
Could be
I
trauma.
mean, what is it that's causing you to have fear of moving forward here? Because
Is it
we're
the death of
all here.
losing someone?
That's a good question. You're right. It could be. It could
You
be.
know?
It could. It's a lot of people have a fear of, if I make this choice, I'll be abandoned.
Right.
If I go forward, I'll be abandoned. I can tell you this, you will be. And guess what? Then you're free. Okay. You face everything you need to face, and then what's going to hold you back?
It's true. It's just yourself. So you
Yeah.
got to have a relationship with self. That's really where the grounding is self. Having a sense of who you are is really, really important
Oh,
because when you have that sense of who you are, people
yeah.
can't knock you down, or you won't let them knock you down because
Yeah.
what other people think of you is none of your business. And when
And,
you're free to be who you are,
yeah.
no one can hurt you.
And
They
you
really
had
can't.
it, you were born that way, James. With
I was born that way. I definitely
not
was.
everybody is, but you
No.
actually were, because you took a leap, more than a leap of faith. You took a leap of knowing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you just kept going.
Yeah. I've never been I don't know. I was born that way that I just keep on go, go, go. And I don't really I don't think about the negative of it. I just keep
No.
even when I came to Los Angeles, I had no job whatsoever. I was promised a job from a producer, didn't happen. And I was literally stuck in Hollywood, not knowing a soul, not having a job, not having a place to live.
No.
And I was going to give my blood up at one point, but I thought I got to give a resume out, go do temporary jobs. And I did that. And I knew it would change. I knew if I just knew it would. And one of the first, I would say churches, I used to take the bus to school to work, and we passed the Church of Religious Science. And I want to check that out. And it's the Church of Religious Science that I really became more aware of the mind, of how really believing in yourself, the mind power that we all have, and raising that awareness and using that mind power to manifest what I want in my life. And that's what I did. And I read a great book from James Allen. Really, James Allen's a wonderful religious science philosopher from England, and also books by Carnegie and a lot of other Napoleon Hill. A lot of different books about
Yeah.
mind power.
Norman Vincent Peale.
Norman
You read,
Vincent Peale. That's right. And it's really true. I mean, there's so much, and spirit comes through so much. And talk about how our thoughts are things. Thoughts are definitely things. They see thoughts all around you. Thoughts of color, texture, structure. We don't get to see it, but from their point of view, they do. And they'll often say, why do you live in that worry? You're putting worry all around you. And they've showed me that worry looks like Pigpen in Charles Schultz comics.
Yes, with like that dark energy kind
That
of.
dark energy, and it blocks
Yeah,
positivity. It blocks
it
things.
does. It does. My mom used to say, if you do something different, it's going to feel it's not going to feel good. And that means you're doing it right.
Correct.
And now I understand, because the subconscious will hold us back if we try to make a move forward.
You got to get to the end of your comfort zone.
Yes, that was my point. You have to get to the end of the comfort zone. Yeah,
Very, very true.
yeah, it
Another
is.
one I wrote down here is um, what is clutter? It is it is a head trash. That junk kept us there on our head. So getting rid of the head trash.
I
Clutter is
love
anything that
that
does
head trash.
head trash. Clutter is anything that does not support your better self.
Right.
Clutter is anything that does support your better self. And mental clutter is simply delayed decisions.
Yes. Delayed decisions. And why are they delayed? Is it fear-based? Is it trauma-based? Is it what? I mean, really start to ask yourself these important questions.
It's very, very true.
You
So
know,
be present in the moment completely. Oh, this is a good one. Ask yourself these two questions that are very important in the mindset. Number one, what am I doing now? Is it important to me? And number two, does it matter to me or someone I love?
mm,
Even one of the answers is no, you are not. You are not on track. So you are doing something that's cluttering them. Um, this is wonderful. One I was talking brain dump at night, but in whatever your mind at night on your not at night on your paper or digital and get it sorted out tomorrow. Your priorities would be set. And I used to do that all the time. I used to make lists and say, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. So it's out of your head. That clutter gets out of your
yeah,
head. You don't want that because it can cause stress and anxiety and frustration. And you don't want to go into sleep state with that stuff. You just don't want to.
right,
So
right.
tomorrow is another day. I do that at night all the time. I write things down. I make lists. I really do. I'm a good list maker.
I do
Start
too.
your next day with the most important thing. Take one task at a time. Break down big tasks into small tasks and enjoy your journey. And rock your day with morning pages. Okay. Oh, here's another one. A mind shift. Kill the FOMO, fear of missing out.
Oh, that's a big one for people. And here's the thing, James, this is a singular journey. So you will be missing out on the mundane things in the world. But what you were saying is that going inward, it's an inward journey.
And the gifts that you have within you that you want to
Oh,
experience can only be done that way. So the next
that's
day, you got
it.
to do something that you love to do that enhance yourself. You're not just going to fill it with junk. It's going to be something that enhances you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Here's one from Arlene Dueber says, "How to deal with neighbor." Again, that's their reality, not yours, right?
Yeah.
So that's their reality. That's yours. You don't have to. You just do the basic legal stuff, but you don't have to make it yours. Again, that lovely expression: observe, don't absorb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Separate knowledge attainment from mindless consumption. Limit empty consumption. It is not necessary to catch up with everything going viral. Very true. Get off devices.
Oh my
Really
gosh.
important.
Right. You know,
Really important.
and you have to be really consciously seeking a higher consciousness. I mean, to make a shift, you actually have to be so aware of every thought. You can do it. You can
You
do
do
it.
it. And do something different the next day. Find that you
Right.
do something different. Eat something different. Play with the
Mm-hmm.
kids at a different time. Do something fun and different you never did. I went axe throwing this weekend. Have you ever done that
Okay.
before?
That's right.
I've never done that.
No, I've never done that. No, me with an axe
I
is not a
don't think
bad
I will
idea.
again, but it
Yeah.
was interesting. I mean, a friend of mine wanted to do it. I did it. It was something new. Didn't do it again, but it was different.
You're a good sport, though. You'll try
I'm a good
anything the
sport.
first.
I'll
You'll
jump
do
out
it.
of a plane. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will not be
I'm
doing
going to
that
do
with you.
go-kart right next week. I'll do a go-kart.
Really? That
Yeah,
would
I'm
be
doing all new
fun.
things. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
try new things. Yeah.
All right.
Um, this is a good one too. Zone out. Make a meal from scratch or play with your kids or garden or solve a puzzle or color or listen to music. Exercise daily. It's very important. Moving the
Yeah.
body is very, very important.
Yeah.
Take deep breath and observe your breath flowing. Keep a gratitude log.
Oh, absolutely, James.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love to when I walk Pearl on my property, I not only walking here, but every step I take, I have gratitude. Thank you for the rocks. Thank you for the tree. Thank you for in this place. I do that, and after you start doing that, it becomes a regular thing. It becomes part of you, and then you have gratitude in every aspect of your life. You don't have to think about it; it
Yes.
just is.
And when you have that kind of gratitude, you're not thinking of a negative. You're
Right.
not thinking of a negative and this and something bad and this and that. You just have a different shift. There's a shift in your consciousness at that point.
It's true.
And
Because it really is. It's a belief system. It's a belief shift.
yeah,
And when you start changing or shifting your belief system, it affects many areas. It affects your identity, problems, blockages,
right.
the reality changes. A good friend Tony Stockwell, I told you about this last week, Kelly. I sent the video to you.
I watched it. It was great.
It wasn't it
Yeah,
wonderful?
yeah.
And it talks about when you're doing a reading, when a medium's doing reading, it's not that part of you that goes, I got to get 6 pieces of evidence, or I got to go out there and do that. It's not that. He mentions it, which I really love, the analogy of coming out of a meditation. When you come out of that meditation, you don't want to go back. Like I had so many people say, I want to stay with there. I want to stay there. It's that feeling you have, that light, joyful, loving feeling is really what we should have most of the time, because that way you're not feeling pressured. You're not feeling, oh, I got to do something. I got to do something right now. It's easy. It's gentle. And life is like that. You can't push the river, as the Buddhists say. You got to let it flow.
You gotta let it flow.
It's much easier when we let things flow and surrender, because they can come to us much easier on our path. And we can see them with a much clearer light.
And there's the reason why you want to shift your consciousness. I mean, ultimately, we're all headed, on Earth, we all want to be at this place of service, ultimately. And there's a part of during this mind shift where there's going to be a transformation for you.
Yes.
When you start to have that, after you've been through what we call the survival, and you've been through relationship and self-esteem, and you've worked through all of these things, there's a place in the heart, actually, James, I feel that it comes like a heart chakra.
Yeah.
It's about transformation. And
Yeah.
you start to, as you said, you have to, the gratitude, and you start thinking and feeling differently. And there's a letting go of fear, letting go of giving you courage to move forward, giving you courage to move forward during this transformational point. And then you start finding meaning in your existence. Why am I here? Because so many times, James, and you must get asked this question all the time. I get it asked all the time. What's my purpose?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't slow down enough to go inward,
You'll miss it.
you'll miss it.
The answer is inside you, as much as that sounds
Mhm.
strange, but it is true, because your soul is tucked neatly within.
Yeah.
And when you do go within, whether it's through meditation, mindfulness exercises, different self-awareness hobbies, if you will, it changes your whole perspective. It
Oh.
changes your whole life. And I find lately that I love to laugh, right? And I love watching people smile and laugh, and I do some crazy, funny things. But I love watching people get happy. And I
Yeah.
noticed now when I come at the dog park, when I was away, I went back, I had a lot of people say, wow, it was so different without you. You know, you made
Oh,
us
for
so
sure.
happy.
I've been to the dog park with you.
Yeah.
I know. It's fun.
Everyone should have a good time. And I want to make sure everyone, and I don't push it to have a good time. It's just who I am, because that's who I am. I'm just a
But
happy
it
guy.
is fun to see people happy.
It's great to see a
Then
change.
the opposite.
They love being happy. Most
Right?
people love being happy.
Yeah.
And especially now, the time we're living in, we need to get more happiness and love out there and joy. And people say, how could you be so happy or joyful? I said, I know myself.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I'm loving who I am. I'm happy with who I am. I couldn't be any other person, because I am who I am. None of us should be anyone else but ourselves, because each one of us are unique soul individuals made up of a different tapestry, are here to help the big tapestry, the universal tapestry. So we all have a point. Even the brain might not know what it is right now. Your essence, your soul will get you there. It'll guide you there. Your higher self
Yes.
will guide you there. But if you're filling up your brain and with all the crap,
You'll get held back.
clutter,
Yeah.
you get
With
held
all
back.
the
It'll take longer.
It'll take longer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll take longer. And we're telling you some really good tips on moving forward, actually. I mean, again, it starts with being really conscious with everything in your being. What is going on in your life? What has held you back? And then start looking, and this is a great time to get help for anything that is. You might need a therapist. You might need to learn some tools. It's all possible. It's all possible to get to this place of transformation.
And I thought, Kelly, when I was up away on my vacation there, I started thinking very differently, and I thought about minimalism. Plus, I was ill in December. That probably also helped me. In that, I want to make things simple. I don't want to clutter my head. Just a computer might have too much information on it. You got to declutter it. You got to freeze that, clear that drive, if you will. And the mind also, we have to minimalize our thoughts, minimalize the way we think. And to me, I'm not going to go out and buy gifts for anyone, except for you, Kelly.
Yeah.
But I would rather give people something that I love in my house, that I have an emotion attached to.
Isn't that wonderful?
I think
Yes.
that's the best thing to do,
I think it's a
because
great idea.
part of you is in that object, if you will.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
really, really important. So
And what do you think, James, about making a difference in somebody's life? I mean, don't you think that's important too?
it's really important. It's really, really important to do the best you can to show them their own God self, however that is. I mean, it's part of the great work we do is not only mediumship, teaching about or reminding people there's no death, but we really help people to be themselves and to
Yes.
see themselves in a very different way. And that's
Mm.
part of a medium's journey as well. And our responsibility is to help people see themselves as a soul being and the possibilities. And most people live without living their possibilities. Most
Right.
people merely exist. And I wrote a book years ago called Unfinished Business, and it was about finishing up what you started. You were given these abilities and gifts for this earth life. You need to use them. You need to tell someone you love them, forgive them. It's going to help you grow. And when you pass to the side, you'll see the growth. You'll see it in colors and shapes and all the help that you gave people. And not the grandiose things, the little things that really smiling, opening the door, having an unconditional love for different people, and just
Well,
sending that out.
there's a good question here because it goes along with what you're saying. This is from Andrea Tavermina. She says, I'm really hopeful that I can move beyond this dimension, but I'm stuck on how much I really dislike humans today. And Andrea, I understand that, James, and we understand this, but I want you everybody to kind of view everybody as where they are. Like a lot of people, as I've said a million times, are extremely limited.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you said that's
they,
really helped me.
yeah, and they constantly make bad choices. I mean, one of the things that I think to make a mind shift is you have to look at your choices. You have to be mindful of your choices. If you're about ready to make a choice, I mean, when I was younger, I didn't think. I just whatever.
Oh, I know.
just
I read
did.
the book.
Yeah. I mean, believe me, it was rough. And now I think now
Now
I
you
think
take responsibility for your thoughts.
completely take
Which we
responsibility
all
for my
have to
thoughts.
learn to do is take
Yeah.
responsibility for the thoughts that we have.
Yes.
It's really the only way.
Yes. Oh my God. Sue Wells says, I'm going to be praying and thinking positive thoughts because I know it will bring positive results. It will.
It
And
will.
we're not talking about being pie in the sky, but we're talking about just changing the dial so things are in a positive direction here for you.
I'm going to read some James Allen quotes.
Oh, please. That's the best.
Dream lofty thoughts, and you dream lofty dreams. And as you dream, so you shall become. Your vision is a promise of what you shall see one day. Your ideal is a prophecy of what you shall at least unveil. Then another one is circumstances do not make the man, they reveal him.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that a great one?
Yeah.
Circumstances do not make the man, they reveal him.
Oh, what is that one?
What are you going to do with what you're given?
Exactly. Well, this is from Laura Crum, and Laura says people are so afraid of failure as it is always looked upon as bad. The result is not what is important, but what you learn and the courage to say I tried. Right on.
Exactly right.
I mean,
You got to try.
you have
Again,
to.
you don't start having judgment about things, because
Ugh.
then that's judging it. No, we're here to learn. And like Kelly said before, everybody's having, which has really been a good for the past month. Everybody is a soul, right? And we're
Yeah.
all different leveled souls. And you can't judge another because they don't know any better. That's all they know. That's where they're at.
Right.
That's
right.
really what is true. And we're here with lots of different souls who have no clue of what's going on, no clue of their responsibility, how it's going to hurt somebody, how it's going to help somebody. They don't know. But it has to be that mixture of love and passion, compassion, kindness, and the golden rule. And I've always lived by the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. That's your key right there. Treat others as
Right.
you want to be treated.
Oh,
Very, very
so
important.
true.
And don't wait for someone to say I'm sorry, because they may not. They may not realize they did something to offend you. And that's you don't have to be in that space.
Right. Sherry Abdu says, if we are mindful in elevating our own consciousness and care for somebody elderly that is often in a low mood, it helps on guarding our energy from the negativity.
Yeah. I just get a sense with, at least it works for me, that the stronger I am self-aware, I don't
Yeah.
need to worry about someone else's negativity. I really don't. That can't affect me if I'm a heart person. If I live from love and I run my energy and I'm
Yeah.
bringing my thoughts to love so all the time, I don't pick up that. I'm aware of that because I'm in observation mode. So
Right.
observe, not absorb. So again, you got to change the way you think. You can't think, I'm gonna get negative energy here. Just say, that's maybe there. Maybe it's my mind making that up, but I don't have to be sucked into it.
Right.
Really important.
Oh, and then you get out of the room and you kind of dust it off.
And then you can do whatever you want, like shake it off. Yeah, take a,
Right,
do a
right,
waterfall cleanse,
right.
Here's a good one. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks.
Oh, would you say that again?
No duty is more important. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks.
Yeah. It's a really good one. Yeah.
Really, really good.
Oh.
You are today. I tell this all the time. People know about their past lives. I say, it's completely. And right now, you are exactly what you had before. So this goes with it. You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you.
I love that. I love that.
I'll repeat that
Right.
one. You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You'll be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. You're a makeup of all your thoughts, and you can't
Right.
blame others. And you got to realize that everything's in divine timing. So the human is very impatient, but if you hold deeply to the truth of what you want, you will get it in divine way. Like I always knew I'd be well known. I thought I'd be a famous actor or a writer, sitcoms, or a producer.
I
But
could have seen that too.
yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't realize I'd be writing books, best-selling books, and talking to dead
And
people.
changing the way people think about death. I mean, that's like huge.
I said to
Huge.
the meeting that told me I was going to do that. I said, I just want to be a sitcom writer. That's all. I don't want to change consciousness. Because at that time I didn't think it was possible, but now of course I do. So I tell everybody, listen, if I can be well known by talking to dead people, you can do anything you want. That was a hard one.
Right, Dave, that was such a hard one. I was such a hard one, but
And
aren't
no
you
one else
so?
is doing it. No one else was doing it then. Now
No,
everyone's doing it.
you were so out there at the beginning. It's just
Yeah, it's really
unbelievable to
wild.
me.
Oh, here's
Unbelievable.
another one, Kelly. Good one. A man has to learn that he cannot command things, but that he can command himself. That he cannot coerce the wills of others, but that he can mold and master his own will, and things serve him who serves truth. People seek guidance of him who is a master of himself.
Wow. Very good. Wow.
This
Listen
is
to
James
this
Allen.
one.
That's man, thank
Oh,
you.
he's so good. It's so good, James. Kathleen Greenwood says religious trauma holds me back. I figured this
wow.
out yesterday when watching The Chosen. It triggered my subconscious, flooding me with shame, guilt, fear. This was a gift. Kathleen, it was a gift. I've been stuck trying to raise my vibration. Now I know where to work on my block. And that's what I was talking about, the subconscious. Thank you for saying that. Because we hold in the subconscious shame, guilt, fear, and it can even go deeper than that into the unconscious. But religious trauma would definitely hold people back. Thank you for
Definitely.
saying it, and congratulations, honey.
Yeah,
That's
congratulations. That's a big one. That's a big one. And many people just rather stay in that mindset of religion than move on because it's safer and they don't take responsibility. They can blame it on the religion.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to be followers instead of leaders, and that's where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I know many people in my life that are very religious. And
I know you really have come from that.
Yeah, I was going to be a priest.
And not only did you come from that, then you got away from it.
Yeah.
Because you were always spiritual, James. From the time
I love the ceremony of it. I love the costumes, the incense, and I have a great joke I'm going to share with everybody. It's a gay guy told me this years ago. So funny. These two guys are not to mess anyone's religion, but that's the intention is to laugh. They met at a gay bar, these two guys. The guy, what do you do? He goes, oh, I do church. And he goes, oh. And he goes, you should come see me sometime. I have a show tomorrow. I have a mass tomorrow. And he said, okay, well, where is it? He gave him the time and the date. And the mass came, and they're coming down the beginning of the mass, and the priest comes down the aisle with his incense around, and it is all his beautiful regalia. At the end, they get together. At the end of the mass, they got together. He said, well, what did you think of my ceremony? He said, honey, I love the dress, but your purse was on fire.
I just couldn't resist. I think that's very funny.
Pretty funny.
Dr.
It's for those
Susie,
who take things too seriously. You
oh my
can't take
God.
life so seriously.
You know, Dr. Susie says undisciplined mind is a dangerous thing. Right on.
Very true.
True.
Yes, Tracy, I was going to be a priest. I was. Here's a good one. To desire is to obtain. To aspire is to achieve.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
For true success, ask yourself these 4 questions. Why? Why not? Why not me? Why not now?
Why not me? Why not now?
Because we're all meant to succeed. God says yes. We're all God. The fears of the human world, love is all there is from the spirit. We only have fear down here. You want to experience fear when you pass to your back home. Fear is only the school down here. So don't give it that much importance. Fear is false ego appearing real.
And as my little grandson said, we're here to have new memories, to make new memories.
It's true. And the ego edging God out.
Right. Renee Went says, people ask me, why are you so happy? I tell them because I'm high on life and having fun.
Perfect.
I love that.
Perfect.
Carrie says, I'm starting therapy Wednesday. Excellent. That's great.
That's very, very nice. Okay, another one.
Okay.
They who have conquered doubt and fear have conquered failure.
Say that again.
That's funny. Those who have conquered doubt and fear have conquered failure.
Yeah.
So when you have no doubt and fear, you have conquered failure.
Right. Wow.
Good thoughts bear good fruit. Bad thoughts bear bad fruit.
Yes.
You are what you think. So another great book is Florence Shin, The Game of Life and How to Play It.
That's a great one.
Florence Shin. It's a really good book. The Game of Life and How to Play It. A man is literally what he thinks.
Yes.
It's true. Whether you be a man or woman, you will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Courage. Because courage makes you grow. Courage expands. Courage is the road to illumination.
Courage allows you to take a leap of faith.
It changes you. It changes your whole mindset, courage. And again, letting go what other people think of you is a freedom.
My gosh. It's such a freedom, James. Verity Keogh says, James and Kellee, may I ask, what age were you when you really just knew yourself? James, do you want to answer that?
Well, I really do think I knew myself as a child. I really do think I came in with that sense of self. I really do. When I was going to nursery school, my mother was walking me up to nursery school, 3 years of age, and she met some man on the street who she knew was a neighbor, I guess. And she asked where he was, and he said he was in California. And I turned to them, and I said, I'm going to live there one day. Never heard about California, no idea about California, but I knew I was going to live there one day. And I used to actually garden in front of the house with a little teaspoon. And I used to think, one day I'm going to have my own garden to do this with. And now I do. But I always kind of had that sense of who I was. And I think for me, my soul order, the way I was born into a family, was I needed that to survive. It was a survival thing. Yeah. Because, I had to survive. So I came in with that sense of knowing this, which came on life through lifetime and lifetimes of work and experiences. But I made it happen. Everybody can make it happen. The only thing that keeps us from ourselves is ourselves.
Oh, we'll stop it at any time. Yeah. Why don't you want to get further? People just get stuck.
James Allen. Great name.
James Allen. Wow. I don't think I was 3 when I came to that conclusion, but I always knew that I was a spiritual being. I didn't understand the rest of it, but I knew I was a spiritual being.
Very young.
I saw spirit.
Very young.
Well, at 3, I had a near-death experience. So I started seeing spirit right away.
On the side of your bed, you see, was it your grandmother?
I saw my uncle, just appeared, and then later my grandparents, and
I mean, according to your book, they always had people around you, spirits around.
Always. I could do a Ouija board by myself. Yeah, it was a little daunting. Yeah.
I used to play with spirit when I was a little boy. I used to be aware of them in the room.
Yeah.
Always. I used to have little tea parties with them and blanket parties, tents.
Oh, wow.
I used to talk to the little girls and boys. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
want
so
everyone to know this. Yes.
okay,
Sorry,
February
Kelly.
16th is your special VIP evening of spirit, the
The
love
evening of
addiction
spirit.
edition.
Yes,
Oh my
that's the
gosh,
love
that's gonna be
edition, and we're
fun.
doing everything through love. I'm doing a love meditation, which I've never done before to this level. And it's going to be the love that we work on feeling the intensity of the love of your loved ones that are going to be recognized and come through. So you're going to work on the energy of love that they have for you, and you're going to feel their love. And that's going to bring in the message. And then we'll start from there.
And James, that opens up every door.
Everything. So it'll be
Yeah.
a different type of an evening, and most people will get. I think a lot of people will get something, no doubt about it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. So Kayla Elizabeth says, how do you move past toxic family members? Forgive and love from afar. I struggle with this. Again, Kayla, therapy is a good place to start with that. But you can forgive, you don't forget. You just have to know everybody's on their own path here, and you have to
They're
move
having
forward.
experiences with their souls, and
Get some
it's not
help, though.
it's not your responsibility to fix their lives,
And
and it's
so many
hard.
families are toxic.
Yeah, that's how we grow the most family stuff.
It
But
is
don't let them
true.
pull you into that because it's not
Right.
you. You're separate from them. You might be connected as souls. The souls doesn't mean you have to take on their stuff. You're at a different level than they are. Realize that.
Right.
And you can't
Right.
force other people. You just can't. Just got to do your own thing.
Right.
You can love them, forgive them, but boundaries are good. Boundaries are boundaries really is self-love. It really is.
Oh, so true, James. Mystical Magic with Joni says Louise Hayes, You Can Heal Your Life book has helped me, she
It's
says.
very good. Excellent book.
Great
It
book.
started a whole movement.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's a big. So, James, what is the name of the title of the book by James Allen?
As a Man Thinketh. It was done in the 1920s. And it should be As a Man and Woman, but As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Yeah. Oh gosh, and that's right. And
Your vision
I
boards,
have a
Kelly.
vision board. It's this Saturday. So join Julianne Siegel and me for Design Your Life with Vision Boards. It's going to be it's a 4-hour class. We're going to be designing our own individual vision boards. And it's the day, we chose this day specifically because it's the year of the Yang Wood Dragon. So
wow.
dragon has male energy. It's the wood dragon means all things are possible to build. So we chose this day, it's an auspicious day. We chose this with great intention. And we're going to be doing this often from a feng shui perspective. We're going to be talking about feng shui and how to manifest. So please join us on Saturday. It's on Zoom if you are able to.
And it really goes with what we're talking about, MindSHIFT, because you can
Yes.
materialize that where you visualize.
Well,
It
that's just
really is
it,
a
James.
tool.
Didn't you do that too? Well, you
I
wrote
used
your
to, yep,
things down.
I did. I wrote them
Yeah.
down in a journal. I also had a vision board of things I want to have. One was a beautiful garden with a house, and I have it,
That's
from
right.
this garden. Yeah, I have it in my file. And I have stuff I produced by James McProg, and now I have shows that I produced, and yeah, it's really interesting. I saw the cover of my books before they were the covers of my books through visualization.
Wow.
Especially talking to heaven and power of love. Yeah.
Everybody's loving your quote, observe, not absorb.
Yeah, observe and absorb. It's very true. That's how you get through it.
Right. Oh. Shannon Starr says your books are healing, James.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Yeah, Catherine, you do the replay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. How many people eating of spirits? Right now, 20. I think, if that many. Maybe it's 10. We just started advertising it, so I think it's like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be a lot. It's on vampprog.com. That's where you find tickets.
Paula Lambert, we talk about our toxic family members, but maybe they think we are toxic. Perhaps. Perhaps. Often what I find with families is this one projects this one slams this one. Eventually, you have to kind of pull yourself out, set the boundaries because you love yourself. That's what you were saying. You love yourself. A lot of projecting. Oh my gosh.
And even when you start loving yourself, they get jealous. They don't know why they're jealous, but they're jealous. It's like, what?
Because they want to continue in the dysfunction.
Yes.
And if you continue in the dysfunction, I guarantee you will not make a mind shift.
It's true.
So
it's
stay
very,
there.
Very true.
So I pulled out and I watched my family kind of go to battle on themselves, and it was quite entertaining. So that's
when you surrender to that, things change. They will change with you. The relationship changes. It's very interesting. It's that thing about you want something so much when you stop thinking about it, you get it.
Right, exactly. Leslie Custer Meyer says, can a spiritual awakening feel like a sudden jolt of ADHD? Absolutely, totally. Leslie. It can feel, because it's Kundalini energy, and it goes like this, and it can absolutely feel like a lot of hyperactivity energy. It's an extraordinary feeling, though. Okay. So keep going with this.
Jen Tran, thank you. You guys are fuel you for the week. Good.
Oh, thanks,
Good wisdom,
Jen.
good vibes throughout my days. Good. Thank you, Jen.
Oh, that's so sweet. Wow.
Well, thank you, Kelly, for everything. I think we're almost done here.
Oh, wait a minute, James. This person says, Dorada, James, I had a dream. I was in a cafe in Austin, and you appeared in the dream, and you handed me a cappuccino. I ended up back in Austin for a while, and I did my work awakening. Now I work as a medium.
You never know where I'm going to pop up. You never know.
You never know. Oh, my gosh. Teresa Millen says, after much practice, and I mean really practicing positive thinking and being deeply grateful, I have transformed myself. The best feeling from this work is waking up with joy every morning.
True.
How great is that?
Very true.
Congratulations, Teresa. I think that's wonderful.
Right.
I'd love to see people.
Wants to ask a question. May I ask a question? Yes. What and why negative entity attacked my daughter in a nightmare? I'm very concerned as we had Sage a room. Wow. I don't know what's going on there, negative attacks and all that sort of thing. I think the human mind plays a lot. I rarely have come across it. What do you think, Kelly?
I'm with you on that one. I mean, I don't know what was going on.
I wouldn't feed it.
I would never feed it. I would, just send her, give her a lot of love, and I would start shifting that energy. So you don't want to keep repeating, oh no, an entity was there. You don't want to keep repeating that, because that's what she's going to be hearing, and you don't want to go there.
The bed around to a different place with a night light, like a little lamp that that dances on the walls, and tell angels. Angels are there.
Great idea.
Angels
That's great.
are there.
Right.
I think it's the entities, because you're unaware of that energy that's there. Maybe I think it's just angels. I don't believe in negativity. I don't believe in evil. I don't think evil exists. I don't think it exists. I think it's the absence of love, perhaps.
Right.
But I'm not so sure about evil per se.
I have to read this one. This is from Anne Margaret. James, did you finish KW's foreword? It's so good. The foreword he wrote is so good.
Oh, I'm in the fourth paragraph, and it's very good.
So good.
It's in my head, but I'm gonna get it on paper. I told Kelly what it was like.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
It ties into what the world is going like today, and how one can change themselves and go through a lot of tough stuff to get to who they truly are.
And let's talk about next week. Next week we've got Janelle Campbell.
Janelle Campbell, another medium, is going to join us next week, and she's going to talk about her life as a medium, techniques that she does. She's having a special. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew about that and promote it. So Janelle Campbell will be from Australia and joining us next week.
She's our dear friend. So it's going to be a lot of fun to have Janelle.
We all got COVID together. It was great.
That's right. We all did. Well, she didn't get COVID. You and I got it. But she took care of us when we got it.
Then we went to Europe, but she got it.
And then she got it.
And I got a double whammy of it. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, everybody.
Well, thanks, everybody.
Great
thanks,
week, everybody.
Great
and I'll see you Thursday. Ask me anything.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Renee. Thanks everybody.
Thanks, Renee.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now and Beyond, featuring spiritual medium and master teacher James Van Praagh and spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
That was great. Maybe we changed some lives.
And maybe opened up some minds.
Which way do I turn?
Right. I mean left.